Hi there, Chris Saunders here, one of the Trimcraft makers. I thought I'd show you today how to do these pretty little watercolour flowers using the Nova Premium Acrylic Paints I've just been sent from Trimcraft. So we'll get the paints out. I've already added a piece of paint to my board. We'll just show the set, some lovely colours. I've used the peacock for this set I'm going to make now, for these flowers. It's this one here. And when you get these paints, what you'll find is, if I take one out, you'll see, there's a little notch in each top. When you unscrew them, and you've not used them yet, it's sealed. So if you turn the top over, put the little notch down against the open tube bit, it will pop the tube open, and then it's all ready to go. The little bit of paint left in the top of your tube will just dry, which is quite a good reference actually to tell you what the colour's actually like. So we'll pop that one back in. I've popped some peacock on my board here, and then we'll get a piece of watercolour cardstock or paper, which is this. It's 300 GSM, it's quite thick, and it's got sort of tiny bubbles on it. It's not pressed smooth, that's what not pressed means. Slightly bubbly, if you like. So what we'll do first, we'll get one of the free brushes that you get in the set out. You get 3 free brushes with this set. I'll use this one, I think. So what you do to start with to make these flowers, get some water, which is what you can hear here. It's just a jar of ordinary water. I'm going to decide where to put my flowers. I'm going to put 3 on here, probably one there, and one at the top. So I'm just going to water down my paint slightly so it's quite thin. The pigment in these watercolour papers is so good, but you do want to add quite a bit of water to get this effect. So 3 blobs of paint, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the centre of the flower. Okay. Immediately clean your brush so there's no paint left on it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to imagine my flower is going to be out here, my petal, and put some water on this side, and then touch where that paint has been dropped in, and the colour will start to run into where I've just put the water. Clean your brush again, but leave the water on it, and add another petal this side. I'm going to do 3 petals in all. Touch where you put the paint, and then clean your brush off again. Leave the water on your brush, and then add another petal. I'm going to put this one down here. Just put the water on and then touch. You can see the paint running now down to create the other petal. So I'm going to do that twice more. We'll let that dry, and once it's dry, I'll show you how to do the finishing touches. Right, hi, I'm back again. Dried my picture, and we're now going to put in, as you can see here, the little lines for the stems and a few little dots just to tidy it up a bit. With this one, I put an adhesive gem in the middle of the flower, but you don't have to. you could always just do a few dots like I've done with the red one, just to create the centres. So you don't have to be an artist to do this. All I'm going to do is add 3 lines on this picture for the stems. So I'm going to do this backwards so you can hopefully see. I'm going to do quickly, 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 3 stems. And just to finish it off, 3 little dots here and there, just to add a little bit of interest to the picture. And this will move your eye towards the flowers. It just adds that little bit of oomph to the picture. Okay, and if you want to, you can add black in the middle of these flowers just to give a little bit, again, more definition. Or you could add perhaps an adhesive gem, or even dot some different colours in there. You could use the little 3D pearlescent paints from Trimcraft. They would be good as dots in the middle. I've just got a gel pen for now. And there we have it. You've got your little watercolour flowers made with the Nova Premium Acrylic Paints. The difference between watercolour and acrylic will actually dry waterproof, so they're nice to use. And you can paint one colour on top of another with acrylics, whereas with watercolours, if you want something white, you have to leave the paper white and paint around it. So acrylics are much easier to use. One thing I haven't done on here yet is add the shape of the petals. And to do that, I'm just roughly following around the outside, but not drawing around the outside completely. I'm leaving gaps. So, for instance, this petal here, I'm just suggesting there is a petal there. Don't have to do the petals completely, just suggest where they are. And then we'll do the same with this one. Suggest where the outline is. Nice curves. And there we have it, our little watercolour painting with suggested petals, and that can then go onto a black background, as in this one, and you can create your own cards, tags, put it on gift wrap. You can do all sorts of things. Thanks for watching. Notice I've got lots of paint left, so I've got enough left there probably to create something like this little watercolour, which you'll find a video coming soon. Hope you enjoyed this demonstration, and I'll be back with more tips and tricks. Thank you.